Welcome to this special episode of our podcast, where we explore how climate change affects our health and well-being. I'm Kathryn Sie, Research Compliance Coordinator at the Stress in Pregnancy Lab at Queen's College.
And I'm Jennifer Valad, Project Director at the Stress and Pregnancy Lab.
And I'm Barbara, Research Operational Coordinator. Today, we're excited to have Alexandros Axiotis, a PhD student from our lab, joining us to talk about his recent research on how climate-related events can impact children's mental health.
Alex, welcome to the podcast. We are so excited to have you here. Could you start by telling us a little about yourself and your research?
Thanks for having me. I'm a PhD student at Queen's College, and I'm part of the Stress and Pregnancy Lab. My research looks at how things like extreme weather and air pollution during pregnancy can affect children's mental health as they grow up.
That's so interesting, Alex. Your research was recently presented at the Climate Health Equity Day in Washington, D.C. The title of your poster was How Superstorm Sandy and Air Pollution Together Affect Children's Mental Health. Can you tell us more about what you studied?
Sure. We looked at two things, Superstorm Sandy, which was a huge storm that hit the East Coast in 2012, and nitrogen dioxide, which is a type of air pollution. We wanted to see if being exposed to these during pregnancy increases the chances of children developing mental health issues like ADHD, anxiety, or behavioral problems.
That's such an important topic, especially as we see more extreme weather and poor air quality because of climate change. How did you study this?
So we followed a group of children from when they were 2 to 5 years old. We talked to their parents and used interviews to figure out if kids had any mental health issues. Then we compared the risks of children who were exposed to Superstorm Sandy, air pollution, or both during pregnancy.
What did you find? Were there a big difference between the groups?
Yes, so the results were really striking. Kids who were exposed to both Superstorm Sandy and air pollution during pregnancy had a much higher risk of mental health issues. For example, they were 10 times more likely to develop ADHD, twice as likely to have anxiety, and 11 times more likely to have behavioral problems.
Wow, that's a huge difference. Did you see any effects from just Superstorm Sandy or just air pollution alone?
Yes, we did. Superstorm Sandy alone increased the risk of behavioral problems, but air pollution alone didn't have a big effect. However, when children were exposed to both, the risks were much higher than we expected.
That's really concerning. Why do you think these two exposures together have such a big impact?
Well, we think it's because Superstorm Sandy was a sudden traumatic event that caused a lot of stress for pregnant mothers, while air pollution is a slower, ongoing exposure that can harm the body in different ways. Together, they create a kind of double hit that can affect how a baby's brain develops.
Your research really shows how climate change can affect health in ways we might not expect. What do you hope people take away from this?
Well, I hope it helps people understand that climate change isn't just about the environment. It's also about our health, especially for vulnerable people like pregnant women and children. We need better policies to reduce air pollution and prepare for extreme weather. And healthcare providers should be aware of these risks so that we can help families who might be affected.
Absolutely. This is such important work. Alex, what's next for your research?
So we're planning to study other climate-related exposures like heat waves and flooding and see how they affect children's health over time. We're also looking into things that might help protect children, like having strong support systems or access to healthcare.
That sounds really important. We'll definitely be following your work. Thank you so much for sharing your findings with us today, Alex.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you to our listener for tuning in. If you'd like to learn more about Alex's research or the Stress in Pregnancy Lab, visit our website at www.sipstudy.org.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you found this discussion as enlightening as we did.
Until next time, take care of yourselves and the planet.